Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be sharing with you how to draw your own character using Autodesk Sketchbook. Autodesk Sketchbook is a free platform where you can draw anything or you can even perform various. It is a free platform, guys. It is a free platform. So I'll be sharing with you the different tools Autodesk Sketchbook provides and the brushes that I use to draw my characters. Also, I'll be sharing you the different export techniques that you can follow to upload your artworks on different platforms. This is a very beginner friendly tutorial, so I hope you like it. Let's dive in. So let's start by drawing our character first. I would start off by drawing few basic shapes. If you are unsure about what to draw, feel free to follow along or find a reference online. So we'll be drawing some body postures as well to better understand how our character looks like from different angles. I'll also be drawing few rough expressions for now. Drawing expressions for your character is an exciting part as it gives life to your character. But I'll be drawing few basic expressions. These are straight from my mind, so these are very basic. Now I'll be drawing my actual character using these references. I plan to draw a kid who loves basketball, who has some thick hair, good height, and is sportive to look at. So this is the picture I have in my mind. So let's draw it according to the reference what we drew. So once I have drawn out my actual character, I'll be adjusting the references according to the newly created character. I'll be just adding the similar features to the references. Next, let's outline our sketches so that it is easier to import and trace them in our sketchbook app. If you do not outline them, you'll get a blurry image which you'll feel difficult to trace in sketchbook. So it's better that you outline it. Now let's open our sketchbook. Click on the plus icon and you see a list of canvas sizes. The quality usually depends on the platform where you'll be sharing your artwork on. So let's use the screen size for now. It gives a larger space to work on and the quality is also good. I also use Square for my Instagram posts most of the times. Tap on the tools icon and click import. You can access your sketches from albums directly or you can also import them using the camera icon. So let's click a picture of our sketch and import it. You can adjust the image as you like. You can flip, rotate, or even resize it. Whenever you import an image, it's on a different layer by default. Talking about layers, tap on any layer, you see a lot of options. You can name your layer, cut, copy, paste, or even delete or duplicate the layer. And you can increase or decrease the visibility of the layer too using the opacity. The changes happen only on the selected layer. So we'll be drawing our outline on a different layer, of course, and there is a shortcut tool below having features related to your brushes and colors. You can choose any pen from the brushes tool. I'll be using the technical pen. You can resize it or you can even change the color of your pen. Now let's start tracing out our outline real quick. So we can use a symmetry tool. It will divide your canvas and it will repeat the action on both the sides. You can drag and adjust it as you want. There are also other options in symmetry like horizontal symmetry, vertical symmetry, and you can add any number of sections to it and also rotate it. It's usually used to create patterns like mandala, if I'm pronouncing that right. As many times you redraw your character, the better your character will be. So for the ball, I don't want to redraw it and waste my time redrawing it. So I'll be duplicating the layer. Just tap on the layer you want to duplicate and I'll be erasing off everything except the ball, and then you can notice that the ball is on a different layer, right? I'll be erasing off everything except the ball. So you can notice that the ball isn't positioned well. So I'll be using the selection tool to select the ball and move it to the right direction. So I'll be selecting the ball first using the select tool and ensure that the objects you want to select are on different layer, or it might select other lines touching that object. And once it is selected, let's move it to the left using the transform option. Yeah, okay. So looks fine to me. Now let's follow the similar process for other body postures that we drew and outline them on different layers, obviously. Every time you import an image, it is by default on a different layer. So ensure that after you import an image, you choose another layer again, or else you'll end up drawing on the same layer where your image is imported, and then you cannot erase everything or copy and paste it to the different layer, because it will again get selected, so it will be a waste of time. So please check that you are on a different layer. So let's outline this. Outlining is relaxing till you have a very clear picture of what you have to draw. So now for the kid's hair, I'll be using the fill tool. It looks like a bucket. To use this tool, make sure you have closed lines, or else it will end up coloring the entire canvas, which you can undo later, but ensure that you have closed lines only if you are using the fill tool. So moving on to the transform tool, you can use it to scale the objects as well. So I'll be scaling down his shoes because I think there is a mismatch in his height from the first sketch, and the second sketch has the height mismatch. So I'll be rescaling his feet and the shoes. Okay, so once that is done, you can import the third image, the third sketch, and follow the similar process. Make any adjustments you want to make, and you can try out the tools. Now let's merge everything up to a single layer. To do this, let's make sure everything unwanted is removed from the canvas before you have anything unwanted on the character itself. And if you try to erase it later, your other lines will be disturbed and you'll have to draw that part again. And also, while using the selection and transform tool, if you want to select two objects together which are on different layers, you will obviously have to merge them first. So let's merge the layers. First we'll remove all the unwanted layers. By default, merge tool will delete the hidden layers. So if you have an important layer that is hidden, make sure you make it visible before you merge all of them, or else that layer will be lost. Alright. And even though, and it is same with the opacity as well. If the opacity of one layer is imagine 50% and you merge it, then the final layer will have the illustration or sketch with 50% opacity itself. So make sure you make the appropriate changes that you want to make and only then merge the layers. There is an option called merge or merge all. If you merge all the layers will be merged into a single layer. If you want to merge, then you have to merge one by one, each layer at a time. You can use merge option. Alright, so to often get a good illustration, you have to draw it multiple times and make multiple changes. So I'll be redrawing the character. There is also something called predictive stroke in the tools. If you want to get perfect curves, then you can use the predictive stroke option, and there are some levels which you can adjust. The highest level will be it will give you perfect curves. So for the eyes or eyebrows or anywhere in the sketch, if you want to change or you want really a very smooth flow of lines, then you can use predictive stroke. Now I'll be coloring the illustration. So to color our illustration, ensure you have every color on different layer so that any changes you want to make later should not affect other layers color. Okay, other colors obviously. So I hope you got that. To color our illustration, ensure you have every color on different layer so that any changes you want to make later should not affect the colors on that layer. Yeah, and also look to it that your layer where you will be coloring is below the sketch or the outline that you have drawn, so that the outlines are visible clearly while you're coloring. Autodesk has different color palettes, so I'll go with the color wheel. You also have an option to create a custom color palette or choose from the palettes Autodesk provides. I'll be using the inking pen to color the basic shades. There is also a selecting tool, color selecting tool, which you can hover over your color that you want to choose. It selects the color wherever you hover it. Even that is there. You can adjust your colors as per your requirements. Ensure that every color is on a different layer or else the colors might overlap. So once your basic shades are done, I'll be using the dry marker to add the details such as the shadows. This gives a crayon like texture. Ensure you add details also on a different layer. Sometimes it happens that you want to erase few details, so you can't undo every time. Make sure you have the consistent size of a pen throughout the outline, or else you will encounter thick and thinner lines at different parts of your illustration. If you understand how the layers work, illustrating will be very easy for you. So there is this brush called air brush, which I use for adding blush, as it gives a soft texture. I I usually make use of the ballpoint pen to create thinner lines. So to outline, before you outline, make sure that you clean your illustration. Outline on a different layer. Do not overwrite on the sketch layer where you drew your black and white sketch. So I'll be outlining using the same colors but a little darker tone so that it's visible, and I'll be using a ballpoint pen for it as it gives thinner lines, so it's a good choice for outlining. Now for the ball, I did not outline it, so I'll be using the circle shape tool from the tool menu and then add colors to it. You can import multiple images to your single canvas, even that is supported. All right, so there are other shapes as well, like line and square. These are the three shapes: line, square and circle. Again, ensure everything is on different layer. I have used the predictive stroke to add the lines on the ball. All right, So there is a very interesting brush that Autodesk provides, which is the synthetic acrylic brush, which blends the colors really well and gives you a natural look as though you're mixing some colors while you paint. It's that natural. It's really good. I love this brush. Make sure you zoom into your illustration and check thoroughly that you have no empty white spaces. While coloring, it usually happens that you miss a space. So also cross check in a while if you are on the right layer. Add all the details. I love adding details. It enhances the quality of your character, but too much of detailing is also not good. Yeah. I love the ball. And too much of detailing is not required. Now that our character is complete, I'll show you how to resize it. So I'll be resizing the entire character to the center of the canvas, but I guess I haven't merged it with the ball yet. Yeah, so the outline is on a different layer, so go ahead and merge them all before you resize, so you can resize and turn around the illustration. I'll be placing it to the center so that I can use it for my Instagram and turn it around the illustration itself using a select and transform tool. So there is an option to add text as well, which I'll be showing you in a while. So now let's resize it quickly. reposition it. Yeah, looks great. Focus. Super cute. You can add a text. These are the font styles that are available by default, and I used to use this feature to add my Instagram account handle in earlier days. Nowadays I don't use it, but there is this feature I wanted to show you guys also. You can even adjust the color of the text. You can even scale it. I'll simply put my signature over there because it wouldn't take a lot of space, unlike my Instagram handle. So now if you feel your illustration is complete, you can go ahead and save it. So whenever you save it for the first time, you get the option to save it as like save current sketch. So I'll be saving it. I'll be showing it to you from my albums. Okay, even if you don't save it, Autodesk by default saves your illustration, but it's better you save it. Okay, so I'll show you how my art looks on Instagram. It shows the screen size so that it is perfect for Instagram story actually. But first let's see how it looks on the post, because it is the size of story. First I'll show you how it looks on the post. And yeah, there is a TIFF file which is stored by default on your albums. Ensure you do not delete the TIFF file. If you delete the illustration, it's fine. All of your data is actually stored on the TIFF file, so ensure you do not delete that file or else you'll lose your artwork. Okay, so on the story, it perfectly fits the story size. Yeah, I love it. It looks great. Okay, now for the post, you can again go and resize it. Suppose you just uploaded it on your story and now you want to post it, so just go ahead. You have already merged it, so just select it and then rescale it using the selection tool. Again, ensure you are on the right layer. Select and transform. Yeah, so now I have rescaled it as per the size of Instagram's post. Yeah, but it is a little sideways. Again, I have to do it. Yeah, enough. So I'll be saving, but this time I'll be saving it as a copy so that I have one for the story and one for my post. I'll be showing you how it looks on the post now. Ensure you have the right dimensions for the story as well as post, or else the quality will get affected. Okay, so now you can see that it fits fine on the post as well, so you can post it. I'm not posting it, I'm just showing it to you. Yeah, so it looks fine to me. Yeah. Same way the one we rescaled now, it looks fine, but after you upload it, the quality will be a little blurry. All right, so you ensure you have the proper dimensions. That is it, folks. Thanks for watching. Do tag me if you draw the character.